Allow me to introduce you to pop artist Roy Lichtenstein. Lichtenstein was born in 1923 and was a key figure in the pop art movement. He was best known for using bold lines, bright colors, and extensive pattern in his works of art. He worked with paint, collage, printmaking, and even created massive sculptures. Many people questioned the pop artist's work, and some didn't even view it as art because their artwork was based upon designs from advertisements and artwork that had already been created. People thought they were trying to gain fame from other people's work. Lichtenstein is known for many different things, but some of his most prominent works were based on comic books from the 50s and 60s. He would choose images that were interesting to him, copy them, and then would alter them to make it his own. He would then paint or collage his designs onto massive canvases. Some of these comic works included bold words that symbolized sounds, such as pow or wham. These words are called onomatopoeia words. Today, we are going to look at some of Roy's onomatopoeia words, and we will be utilizing his style to create our own positive power words. We will be using pencils, black markers, and Prismacolor pencils for this project. First, let's look at some of the shapes, patterns, and coloring techniques that we will use in our designs. Lichtenstein chose shapes to surround his onomatopoeia words that identified well with the specific word. If you have a loud exclamation, you might want to use more severe lines and points. If your word is soft and light, think about using rounded edges. Look at the difference in these background shapes and how each shape makes the word feel different. Next, let's look at pattern. Lichtenstein used tons of pattern in his works. I am going to show you how to create Ben-Day dots, lines, and crosshatches, but you are not limited to using only those patterns. You are the artist, so you can put your own artistic spin on your work. Notice how you can use width and spacing to make things appear lighter or darker, or like there is a transition from light to dark. Lastly, but most importantly, we will be looking at some coloring and blending techniques. We are using Prismacolor pencils because they are highly pigmented, meaning that you can get great vibrant colors with them. They also blend really well, so you can create amazing effects in your projects. You can use one singular color to show a light to dark gradient. This is done by adding layers of color by shading lightly over and over again on top of the layer before, leaving a small space at the end without another layer. Practice this on a separate sheet of paper before trying it in your final drawing. You can choose two similar colors and blend them together, or you can use this blending technique with opposite contrasting colors, or even with more than two colors to create a gradual transition from light to dark. Start by coloring lightly from opposite ends and then slowly adding more and more layers. I like to use a circular motion with the lighter color on the seam where they meet to allow the colors to blend nicely together. You will need to draw your design with a pencil, and then you can outline it with Sharpie. In order to create bubble letters, I like to write in all capital letters, then go around each letter with a bubble. Outline only the bubble, not the original letter. Erase your pencil marks once everything is outlined, and then you can begin to add pattern and color. I chose the word amazing, and I decided to use my Sharpie to make some of my lines a little bit more bold. I also used my Sharpie to create a black and white pattern using dots in the background. I made the choice to put my paper on an angle, but you can orient your paper in any direction. Remember to use bold lines and bright colors to emphasize your word. I chose colors and patterns that were vibrant and looked nice together, but that also reminded me of the word amazing. I decided to use warm colors in the word itself and cool colors in the shape surrounding it. I also utilized some of the blending techniques shown earlier in this video. Before you begin working, you will brainstorm in small groups to come up with a list of words that can be considered kind, positive, and uplifting. These will be the start of our positive power word designs. You will choose your favorite 3 words and will create 3 mini designs inspired by Lichtenstein style. Your favorite of the 3 mini designs will become a larger final work. Make sure to include any pattern ideas and try out some of the blending techniques on a scrap piece of paper to make sure you like it. I am so excited to see your complete Roy Lichtenstein inspired positive power word drawings.